Know how we roll. Recap of what happened in the station. Why, just in case you missed it, in case you were away. And international days today in history, birthdays today, deaths today, this day in music. And after that, news roundoff. We'll give you information about everything you need to know, things happening around you and around the world. And after that, African vibes. And lastly, quizzes. Show me you got brains. And to begin, at 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., we had Super Citizen at sunrise. And the topic was good relationship. Oh, sorry. The topic was updates from the governorship elections. And afterwards, at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., we had Insights. And the guest on the show was Jide Ojo. And by 11 to 12 p.m., we had Midday with Mina. And her guests on the show were Joe West and Majid. And at 12:15 to 1:30, we had a repeated broadcast of Perspective. And by And by 3 to 4, we had Politics Now. And his guest on the show was Hamzat Lawal, Chief Executive Officer, Connected Development Code, and founder, Follow the Money. And the topic on the show was Youths and the Dream of a Greater Nigeria. How do we get young people to have hope in Nigeria? And after that, from 4 p.m. to this moment, to 5 p.m., it was Citizen Sports. And the topic was Super Eagles player in camp starts training. Arsenal are 10 games away from the league. And good evening once again. So yesterday was Mother's Day. So I'm wishing all mothers out there a happy Mother's Day in arrears. Mothers are amazing. Mothers are pillars. Mothers are everything. So happy Mother's Day to all the amazing mothers out there. So let's begin. Today is International Day of Happiness. It's a day to be happy. I know a whole lot is going on in the country and you'll be like, happy for what? But we have to look for something to make ourselves happy regardless of the situation going on around us. So since 2013, the United Nations has celebrated the International Day of Happiness as a way to recognize the importance of happiness in the lives of people around the world. Happiness is a fundamental human goal. The United Nations General Assembly recognizes this goal and calls for a more inclusive, equitable, and balanced approach to economic growth that promotes the happiness and well-being of all. Today is just a day set aside to promote the importance of happiness, well-being, and mental health in our lives. The theme for the 2023 International Day of Happiness is Be Mindful. And today, interestingly, is Kiss Your Fiancé Day. You'll be wondering, is this day even important? It's very important. Wedding planning can be one of the most stressful processes anyone has to go through, even though the reason for it is one of the most exciting and incredible things a person can experience. It's not uncommon for the wedding planning process to lead to hurt feelings, arguments, and all sorts of relationship again centered around what everyone wants that special day to be like. Have you ever planned a wedding? I've not had a wedding myself, but I have experienced my sister's wedding, and oh Lord, I said, is this how stressful wedding is? Hey, I don't think I want to have an elaborate wedding because the stress. Hey, Jesus. The stress. I always knew that, okay, wedding would be stressful to plan and all, but no, it's even way worse than I thought when I experienced my sister's wedding. So this special National Kiss Your Fiancé Day reminds those in the midst of planning their wedding to not let that planning process take precedence over retaining that special bond with the person you'll be spending the rest of your life with. Your reminder to step back and let it all go at once in a while and spend some time remembering what all the fuss is about. You'll be spending the rest of your life with this incredible person you found, but it doesn't have to wait until after the vows, okay? So create that time and just bond with your partner. And today is also proposal day. You'll be wondering, what's with all this wedding, proposal, this. Some may even be angry that with everything happening in the country, this one is here talking about calm down, be calming down. Not every day go to fight, just be calming down, at least chill, just relax, listen to things that will calm your nerves down sometimes. So today is proposal day. Sweaty palms, shallow breath, heart racing, ring box in the pocket. Will she or he say yes? I said he or she because ladies also propose to guys. You are a lady out there, can you propose to a guy? But as for me, no, I won't. You have to do the proposal yourself, yes. But there's nothing wrong with you owning up and just being so courageous to tell your male partner that, hey, I want to get married to you. Come on. You're the one in the relationship. You know how it is. And if you do that, you know how it will turn out. So proposals can be scary no matter what day they happen. Many people choose Valentine's Day as a day to get engaged because it is often known as a time when all lovers celebrate their years together. To many people, it seems like a natural time to celebrate choosing to make their life together more official. With that in mind, National Proposal Day is here to save certain people from that immense pressure of Valentine's Day by giving them a second chance at getting down on one knee. This day, National Proposal Day, was founded by John Michael. Do you know why he did that? He created this very holiday after watching his cousin, who waited for years for her boyfriend to propose. Having to finally move on with her life because he never got around to propose, Michael designed this holiday to remind people of the possibility of proposing before life passes by and it's too late. And because it falls not too long after Valentine's Day, the founder decided to make this holiday take place on the vernal equinox. And this is the day when the stars and planets align to make life-changing events happen, such as a proposal of marriage. So what are you waiting for? Come on, go on that knee and just be positive that she or he will say yes. And today is also World Storytelling Day. World Storytelling Day is a global celebration of the art of oral storytelling. It is celebrated every year on the March equinox on March 20th, which is today. World Storytelling Day, as many as possible tell and listen to stories in as many languages and at as many places as possible during the same day and night. Many of us go throughout the day engaging in oral storytelling without even realizing it. Have you ever told a friend about your most embarrassing moment? What about recounting a childhood memory with a sibling? These are examples of oral storytelling. It's all about illuminating experiences for an audience. And this audience could be anyone, including your kids. Yes, your kids. You can actually gist with your kids, you know. It's not always, bring that here, go here. I tell you that come on, calm down. Have some discussions with your kids, gist with them, you know. And you could also tell your story to your spouse, of course. Okay, moving on to birthdays. Today, on this very day, 1957, Theresa Russell, American actress, she acted in Black Widow. If you know her, today is her birthday. And of course, this is for her. And today is also Holly Hunter. He was born in 1958, American actress. She acted in The Piano, The Firm as well. Today is her birthday.
Mix of culture and views.
And to that, on this day in 1726, Sir Isaac Newton, English physicist, mathematician, natural philosopher, alchemist, died on this very day. And also Kenny Rogers, American country singer, died on this very day in 2020. May their souls continue to rest in peace. And this very day in history, on this very day in history, in 1916, Albert Einstein publishes his general theory of relativity. And on this very day in 1969, U.S. President Nixon proclaims he will end the Vietnam War in 1970. And on this very day in 1976, Patricia Hearst, convicted of armed robbery. And on this very day in 1995, poison gas is released in Tokyo subway, 12 killed, 4,700 injured. And on this very day in 2015, a supermoon, solar eclipse, and equinox happen on the same day. And on this day in music, 1991, Michael Jackson signs a $65 million deal with Sony, the largest contract renewal to date. And the quote of today is, be happy, be bright, and be you. Okay, it's 5:31. Time for me to go on a very quick break before I come back for news roundup. You want to know what's happening around you, around the country, around the world? Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
So I call your name when I ask me who's your guy. That guy is my guy. Jeffrey's not my guy, not my guy. MK and Junke for life. Venus supervision, my I dedicate my time. Yeah, Chiefy Kukura. To you, my son. God from Ghana. Even if the road is rough, I know mine. D7, my guy. Be my G for life. You be my G, be my G. Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight. Feeling good tonight. Cause I did yeah with my guys. I got plenty for my mind. But right now I'm with my guys. I don't fear them got my back. So you don't see my formation. I call out big combination. Study inspiration. I'm on 100 concentration. When my guys them follow. Bad energy far away. I thank God for my real G's. Good friends don't be money. Who is your guy? Now only me, my life. See I sweet day like this sunrise. I will never leave your side. I will never ever go. I dedicate my time to you. I die. Even if the road is rough, I don't mind. 'Cause you be my G for life.
Speak up. Reach out. Speak up. Speak out. You are the voice of a new generation. And this
is your station.
Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM.
5:36 is the time. Citizen FM 93.7 is the station you're locked onto, and you're listening to the voice of Muna Aka, and this is Super Citizen Show at Sunset. Okay, before we begin the news roundup, there's a very short message I would like to pass to our beautiful listeners. Okay, so you can call in to react to it, and of course I want you to call in to react to any of the stories, and as well tell me about your experience on Saturday. How was the elections at your polling unit?
They should not be said, you should not write them, and some things are not funny, they should not be said, you should not write them, and they should not even be in your mind. Saying things like, go back to where you're from, this is not your land, stop it. You're slowly creating hate in the minds of people, you're slowly building a tribal cluster, even you yourself cannot handle, and it's going to trickle down into everything. If you don't know the effects of these things, go and read. It's going to trickle down into marriages, into communal living. People are going to start to have selfish interest, into employment, into admissions, and it's going to affect everybody. You're saying it now because it benefits you, until these people start to retaliate. You're a black person, you go to another country, you demand fairness, but in your own country you can't treat other people fairly. And let me tell you something, these people you are making bold statements for, if anything happens, they will jackpot and leave you to face the consequences. Stop spewing hate in the minds of people. Stop it. Stop making tribalistic statements. We are one Nigeria, and stop fueling hate in the minds of people. Thank you.
Eniola has said it all. Stop creating hate, stop the violence, stop the fighting, stop being tribalistic. Okay, we are one Nigerians. We should be united and not divided. Forget about this person is this tribe, this one is this tribe. Come on. You're only creating hate, creating enmity between the citizens, and it's not cool. It is not right. Okay, if you want to call in, the numbers to call are 0903 22 29797 and also 0818 22 22 205, and lastly 0818 22 22 206. How was the elections at your polling unit? Was it peaceful? Was it calm? Videos I saw online on social media. Okay, it's well. It's all I can say. It's well. And how far with cash, Seth? What's the update at your side? Are people collecting the old notes now at your area? Taxi drivers you use, are they collecting the old cash now? And are you getting the cash, or is it still scarce? Okay, you can just call in to give us update. So INEC on Monday declared the governorship election in KB as inconclusive. The election was keenly contested by the two giant political parties, APC and PDP. The collation and returning officer of the election, Professor Yusuf Saidu of the Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, announced the position at the collation center situated at INEC headquarters in Benin, KB. 9.9 million, he said. There were cancellations in 20 of the 21 local government areas of KB State. cutting across a number of registration areas in different polling units. And he noted that they had no option but to refer to the electoral laws on page 31 of the Electoral Act 2022, Section 51 and Section 51, subsections 2 and 3 for guidance. The police in Kogi State have launched a search for 6 INEC officials attacked on Sunday. Attacks, this, that, violence. Jeez. They were attacked at Abuja while conveying election results. What is the meaning of that? Like, why would you go and attack them for, like, what? Sometimes I wonder, okay, if you do this, what do you want to, what's your aim? What do you want to achieve? Some people just naturally like violence, and they just like to fight. I don't know why I would stay. I won't want peace. The way I like peace, hey, anywhere violence is, you won't see me there. So police spokesman in Kogi, SP Williams Ove Aya stated, who disclosed this in Lokoja, said that the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Yekini Ayoko, ordered the deployment of operational and tactical assets to comb the area of the attack. And he also revealed that the police has rescued 96 victims comprising INEC officials, ad hoc staff, bus drivers and others from the scene, and took them to INEC headquarters in Lokoja. And he also stated that 3 injured victims were evacuated to the Federal University Teaching Hospital, Lokoja, for treatment. And he also disclosed that the police commissioner charged his men to conduct thorough investigation that could lead to apprehending the miscreants and bringing them to deserved justice. And he, however, commended the gallantry displayed by police operatives who engaged the attackers in gun duel, and urging residents of the adjoining communities to report anybody seen with bullet wounds to the nearest security agency. If you see anyone with bullet wounds, do not hesitate to report that person. Okay, don't cover up for anybody. Report that person immediately. And in Enugu, INEC has suspended the collation of results for the governorship election in Enugu State. In a statement in its official Twitter account, the National Commissioner and Chairman of Voter Education Committee of the Commission, Festus Okoye, said that the decision to suspend the collation was taken after a review of the election. And the Joint Admissions Matriculation Board says it has resumed the 2023 direct entry registration exercise. So if you haven't registered, or if you're planning to, the time is right now to do so. The Registrar of JAM, Professor Oloide, who made this known at a press briefing in Abuja, said that the direct entry registration would come to a close on the 28th of April 2023. So do it now to avoid if I had known. The Kano state government has imposed a dusk to dawn curfew with a view to avoiding breakdown of law and order following tensions generated from the collation of results of the governorship and House of Assembly elections in the state. The Kano State Commissioner for Information and Internal Affairs, Malam Mohammed Garba, he said this in a statement issued on Monday morning. According to him, the decision was to prevent hoodlums from causing chaos in the already tense situation. And the commissioner called on people in the state to remain indoors as security agents would not spare anyone or group bent on causing trouble. And trust Nigerians. We with breaking laws, rules, and others will be like 5 and 6. So, Kano residents in the metropolis on Monday took to the streets celebrating the victory of the new Nigerian People's Party NNPP candidate at the governorship and state assembly elections, in spite of the curfew imposed by the government. That same day that was the curfew was imposed, they still went out to celebrate. Our very own Nigerian American scholar of economics and finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has been named by Forbes as one of the 100 most powerful women in the world. Okonjo-Iweala, who is 68, emerged the 91st most powerful woman in the list. Wait, she needs accolades. She needs accolades. Well deserved. So, President of the European Union, the President of the European Central Bank, and also United States Vice President came first, second, and third, respectively. Okay, before I continue, let me take this call. Hello?
Evening.
Good evening.
Okay, my name is Patrick.
Pato. Good evening, Patrick.
Thank you.
How are you doing now?
I'm here.
Did you vote on Saturday?
No.
You were just at home chilling while people were throwing blows and punches.
I only passed the things that you vote. So maybe I did not vote.
Okay, but why? Why didn't you vote?
I know you get the so I just leave up like that.
Okay.
Yeah. You asked a question. Sorry. I heard the voice that you played. Is it Bad Moss, that was the lady that asked the movie?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The lady voice note that you played, is it Eniola Bad Moss?
No. Is Eniola? I've actually forgotten his name, but it's a male, a guy, Instagram influencer. Yes.
I love what he said.
It makes total sense.
It made a lot of sense. You know why some people are benefiting them.
Okay.
So they don't see anything wrong.
Adeoluwa, that's his name.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, the people that benefit, they don't see anything wrong. But actually, what we saw, going by what happened in Lagos State, is uncalled for, it's unheard of. They don't do such.
Honestly.
And anybody who is applauding this election in Lagos State as free and fair, I think that person is an enemy of Nigeria. And even I expect even the governor-elect to even caution his people and look for ways to, if you have to tune that the way and manner he was elected in 2008, he can just just humbly say that it was wrong what people did. It was not what he expected. You can say such, but he will not say such because it has favored him. So it's uncalled for. So going forward, though, we just hope that all of us will see ourselves as Nigerians first.
Honestly.
Not, I'm a Yoruba, I'm a Gede, I'm a Doma, I'm a Gala. No, we're supposed to see ourselves as Nigerians. It is Nigerians that will make Nigeria great. It is not a Yoruba man or an Igede man that will make Nigeria great.
Yes.
It is Nigeria that will make Nigeria great.
Yes.
So we should see ourselves as one. And as a people, I think we should do better too. When politicians come, their children are abroad. Their children are abroad. They are in the best schools. They are children in the very peaceful environment. You are here, the sun is hitting you. Somebody just give you 1,000 naira just to go and cause disunity among yourselves. You will just accept it and cause it like that. After that, you just use that 1,000 naira to eat food, and it is over. After this election, all these talks in Lagos, nobody will come and give them anything again. So why must you do what is not necessary? It is some of these leaders are the reason why Nigeria is like this. And Nigerians too, who are supposed to be angry with this set of some of these leaders, are there supporting these leaders. It is uncalled for. I expect everybody, including the president of the country, to condemn what happened in Lagos State and other states. It's not only in Lagos State, every other part of Nigeria where it happened. This is not democracy. If we are practicing democracy, we should practice democracy. If we don't want to practice democracy, we should stop practicing democracy and start practicing whatever we want to practice in Nigeria. Thank you.
Well said, Patrick. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you want to call in and react to any of the stories, the numbers to call are 090-322-29797 and also 081-822-22205 and lastly 081-822-22206. So 9 Chinese mine workers were killed in the Central African Republic, sparking a rare call on Monday from China's president for the perpetrators to be severely punished. And the attack by armed men happened at about 5 a.m. near Bambari, said the central town's mayor, Abel Machipata. Machipata told AFP that 9 bodies and 2 wounded had been counted, adding that the victims were Chinese workers at a site run by the Gold Coast Group, 25 kilometers from his town. China's foreign ministry confirmed the toll, and the president called on authorities in the Central African Republic to severely punish those behind the killing. And lastly, because the time is already 5:55, I have to go before Mr. Lawrence comes and drag me out of the... Oh, no, Mr. Lawrence, Aisha, I forgot. Aisha is back. Okay, so not Mr. Lawrence Aisha drags me out of the station. Okay, so the United Nations Children's Fund says 78 million children in Nigeria are at risk of 3 water-related threats. The threats include inadequate water, sanitation and hygiene, wash-related diseases, and climate hazards. And this is contained in a statement signed by UNICEF Nigeria's Chief of WASH, Dr. Jane, on Monday. In Nigeria, 1/3 of children do not have access to at least basic water at home, and 2/3 do not have basic sanitation services. Hand hygiene is also limited, with 3/4 of children unable to wash their hands due to lack of water and soap at home. As a result, Nigeria is one of the 10 countries that carry the heaviest burden of child deaths from diseases caused by inadequate wash, such as diarrhea diseases. And she called for an investment in climate resilient water sanitation and hygiene services. According to her, such move is not only a matter of protecting children's health today, but also ensuring a sustainable future for generations to come. Okay, I have to go, but I'll be back by 6:15 for African Vibes, and afterwards quizzes. Right now is news at 6, so don't go nowhere.